Well, well, well. Look what the dog just dragged through the door. No, really. What the hell is that? No, drop it. What the? Sorry about that, guys. My husky just drug in a dead squirrel. So, hope everyone's having a good evening. And tonight, we're going to continue. Since last week, I went to the scariest location I've ever been. I brought y'all along with me. Well, tonight, I'm going to take y'all with me to the most haunted location. And you may ask, Jared, what the hell's the difference? Difference is, the scariest, I was fearful for my life. Most haunted, the most activity that I've experienced out of any location I've been to. So tonight, we're going to jump into the Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Welcome in, wipe your shoes off, get on the couch, pull that bag of popcorn out, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so let me set the scene real quick. We were here in February, if I remember correctly, so it was about 9 or 10 degrees that night. The way they do public investigations at Trans Allegheny is, I believe it's 40 people can sign up, and there's 10 people per floor. So me and Riley started on the 3rd floor. So in the beginning of the night, most everybody was, on the floor for the full hour. But as the night progressed and got later and got colder, people just stuck to the 1st floor inside the break room. So I found myself alone because Riley got sick for, I think it was 2 floor changes. She was down and out. So right now we're on the 3rd floor. Remember that it's very cold. That's going to come into play later in the video. And I'll let y'all know when, and maybe it'll make sense when I bring it up. But so it's very cold, bitterly cold. We got gloves on, beanie, all that, inside the most haunted location that I've personally been to. Let's go.
If you want to follow us around the building, you can. We got the EMF reader.
Yeah.
Everyone gets little spikes and little hot spots.
Cool little piece of trivia. I think this was my first video using a real professional-esque camera, so you can see the difference from my last week's video, which was my first video at Indiana State Sanatorium, to this one. Looks a lot cleaner, and this was the first video where I tried doing a more cinematic approach on the intro as well. So I'll put a link down if you want to watch the original video. That's great as well. But also, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do that now. I love you guys. Y'all have pushed my channel to over 300 subscribers, so thank you so much. Drop a comment and let me know where you're watching this video. Alright, let's do it.
You get it? My gloves are...
Oh, it's in there?
Yeah. My gloves are chunky.
I don't feel it. You got it?
Maybe it's on the other side. Oh, it's on this side. No, it's flashlight.
You got chunky gloves.
Through my clothes.
I tell you what, that girl can curse like a sailor.
If y'all come right up to this black box right here, it will light up. It'll let us know that you're here with us.
Ooh.
Sounds bigger. Big.
Holy shit. Okay guys, the REM pod is freaking out right now. In Dean's room. I can hear it going off right now.
Y'all see how excited my face was there? Because that's the first location I had a REM pod actually activate. And what's crazy is if you watch all these other channels, it seems like the REM pod's always going off. But honestly, it really don't go off that often. The only thing you're going to see go often more on a REM pod is the temperature change, because temperature fluctuates. This was the first location I had temperature and EMF go off. So, where I had placed the REM pod at in Trans Allegheny, 3rd floor, all the way at the end, I'm not sure which wing, but it was in Dean's room. And if y'all know the history of Trans Allegheny, this is a documented that happened inside this building. Dean, he was a little bit slow, he was mute, kind of had a brain of, like a child. And there was two men that would harass him. And harass being, they would tie bed sheets around his neck and they would hang it over the pipe and they'd lift him up and down and choke him. And then finally, they put his head under the bedpost of the bed and they jumped up and down on the bed until it actually went through his skull. Y'all can look this up. This is a documented that happened inside the hospital. So y'all are about to see, this is where we got our first bout of activity. It was in Dean's room. Alright, let's go.
What's up, Dee?
Hey, Dean. Okay. Alright, Dean, I'm gonna reset this real quick, okay, bud?
And y'all can see too on the bed, all the toys, there's books, there's Hot Wheels, there's stuffed animals, a bunch of cat ball toys. And everyone that comes and knows about the story of Dean, they'll usually leave him a little toy on the bed. I didn't have a toy with me, but I did leave a cat ball, just so he had something to light up. And as you'll see in the video, it kind of seemed like Dean liked the cat balls. Because this was also the first location where I had very, very intelligent cat ball responses, where it would go off when I asked it to, or when Riley did. So make sure you stay tuned all the way through this video, because you're going to see some very intelligent responses that I can't explain away. But that's why I like doing these director commentary videos, because sometimes you, the community, will tell me, hey, look at it from this viewpoint. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. So drop a comment too. Let me know what you think some of this activity might be.
Alright, let me turn this back off and on real quick. Sorry about that, Dean. What the?
Maybe he's chilling on the bed.
Alright.
Yeah, that building, it really did mess with my REM pod a lot, which makes me think that maybe it's the sandstone that it's built out of. Because Trans Allegheny, cool piece of information, is the second largest sandstone structure in the entire world, followed right behind the Taj Mahal as being the #1. So, cool stuff.
Let's try this.
Let's try putting it somewhere else.
It's like freaking out. We'll put the cat ball down, too.
The whole cat balls.
I know. Dean, we know you like the colors, bud. We're gonna move this over here. If you can move that cat ball, man, it'll light up. Is it going?
Yeah.
Alright, so the cat ball's lighting up, and I never allow Riley to live this down. So the viewpoint you're looking at right now on the screen is her filming. So she's filming this way. The cat ball's going off over here. And she's looking at the cat ball, going, hey, it's lighting up. And I'm like, are you gonna film it? You know? It's funny, you know, it's funny looking back at these little moments. Because you learn as an investigator, especially when you've never filmed before, had to film things for videos. You learn, okay, I need to make sure I'm keeping the things of attention and focus, the things that, you know, are going to draw attention to the video. Make sure they're in focus. Make sure they're in focus, Riley. Yeah, she's going to watch this video and she's going to drop a comment. Don't give her no hate, though.
What about now? No.
Oh, babe. Yep.
Is it going off?
Yeah.
Where is it?
EMF.
No EMF is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was right here.
Dean, are you on the bed? If so, can you light up that cat ball right there? that I just set down?
It's going up.
So the cat ball I set down is gonna be, I think it's right here by this baseball. You'll see it light up here in a few.
Yeah, that's putting out like a solid reading. Dean, are you here with us?
Man, this is popping.
Oh, I know you can't tell us if you're here, but I know you can't speak.
Remember, he was mute, so he can't speak. He can only make noises.
You can touch this black box in my hand, and it'll tell us that you're here with us.
Are you okay with us being in your room? Can you light that up to red if you are okay with it?
The cat ball just went.
Pretty
There,
cool.
Cat ball going. Okay.
And what's cool about that too, that trigger right there of that cat ball. So my cat ball wasn't by the baseball, it's over here. What's cool is the cat ball's on a bed. And I remember specifically when I set that cat ball down, I kind of made a dimple in the bed and I set the cat ball in the dimple so it wouldn't shift and roll around, because you know the sheet still is kind of slick. But I kind of barricaded it. If you look at the cat ball, it's kind of barricaded around some stuff. Just a skeptic in me, I want to make sure it didn't move. So is it paranormal? I don't know. Definitely strange though.
What can we do while we're in here, brother? You want me to put some more cat balls out for you? If so, can you light up that cat ball? You want me to turn off my light?
Or we could turn on a pretty color. Do that. Do a colored one.
Oh, yeah. You want me to do a cool
Is he
color on the
nice?
light?
Look,
Yes.
the cat ball went off.
Okay.
He said, yeah.
Which color?
You like green?
If you want green, can you make the EMF light up?
So in this moment, we're kind of doing deductive reasoning, using the colors of the lights. We came to find out that Dean, he really liked when the light changed to different colors. And I think that setting on my light's called fireworks setting. But once I put it on that setting, as you're about to see in this video, the cat ball lit up again. But drop a comment too, let me know. Is it possible that a cat ball can get triggered by spikes of EMF? You know, after I had done this video, I started wondering that. Because when you're changing the setting on the light, it's got to be pulsating out some EMF. I wonder if maybe the cat ball somehow gets activated by it. I don't think it does. I think it has to literally move. There's like a little metal ball in there, and if the ball moves and leaves contact with something or touches contact with something, that's how it sets off. But y'all let me know.
You touch it?
What about blue? You want the color blue?
If you want the color that we say, touch the black box.
Do you want the color red on this light?
Or purple?
Okay. Looks like red.
And the reason I said it looks like red, I was watching the EMF reader in Riley's hand, and it started flickering a little bit. It could have been a response from Dean, or it could have just been EMF picking up inside the building.
Alright, let's go to red.
Purple? You like purple? No.
Yeah, it's lighting up.
Oh yeah, he likes purple.
This color? Okay. Or do you want me to change it to a different color? Can you light up that cat ball if you want a different color? What about this, man? I got a cool setting right here. I can do this. Fireworks. You like that?
Yeah, this thing's lighting up. That thing's lighting up.
Yeah.
So it lit up when I did the fireworks setting. Like I said, I don't think cat balls are triggered by EMF. I think they have to move. So it's definitely a strange occurrence.
He likes the colors.
It's pretty cool, huh?
He likes the colors. Yeah, he does, Riley. Sure does.
Got all different kinds of colors.
Dude, what? This is crazy.
Now, when you're there in a haunted location, you're going in, you kind of have the preconceived notion that, okay, this place is haunted. So you're going to be looking for things that support that claim. And when you have this ball kind of lighting up on command pretty much, it is definitely strange. It's a very weird feeling, but it's also like you get a rush of adrenaline too. You feel like every skin cell just come to life, because you think you're in contact with someone that has passed beyond our limits on this earth. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it's definitely really cool as a personal experience.
We're just hanging out with Dean.
Yeah, we're just wanting to hang out with you, Dean, that's all, but...
Bang. Noisy. Alright, so you gotta remember too, there's 40 other people there, well 38, counting me and her, so that's 40. So it is possible that someone was walking around behind the camera. But I did make sure to watch that entire static camera clip. Probably like 15, 20, no, I think it was a little bit more, because we were on the floor for an hour at a time. I never saw anyone walk past the camera in that 5-minute window where those noises were being recorded on the camera's audio. I can't say that that's paranormal. Could have just been someone maybe was walking up to the camera, they saw the camera, and they thought to themselves, hey, maybe we shouldn't walk past it to, getting this guy shot. I don't know, 100%. A few minutes after the audio had happened on that camera, I did see some people walk past the camera, though. So, and also, too, at Trans Allegheny, looking back, there were some door shut noises I caught, but the doors that open and lead to the different wings, the doors have a delayed effect of closing. So they close slow, and then they quickly shut right at the end, which makes kind of a door closing sound. So that's possibly some of the noises as well. So we're going to jump into the next milestone of the investigation. And I think the next part is some EVPs that we captured. So pull out your headphones and let's jump into the next section.
We hear that there's a big shadow that likes to show himself down here.
Yeah, there is from the guide that we talked to that night, she did show us a picture of, it had to have been about 9 to 10 foot tall shadow person. And the reason they gauge it to be that height is inside the wings towards the end, they have arches in Trans Allegheny, and the shadow's head was up towards the arch, side of the arch, and they're pretty high up too, so they estimate anywhere between 9 to 10 foot tall. That's pretty damn big.
Alright, let's go do a voice recording. Since it's quiet, there's no one else. And assuage me and Riley.
Yeah, at this point, people are already starting to kind of get too cold. You gotta think, if it's 10 degrees outside, inside that building, it's about 8 to 10 degrees colder. So it was freezing. And at the base floor, on the first floor, all the way to the right side as you walk in, there's a heated room, as the break room as they call it, and people would huddle up in there. So a lot of the time, after the first 30 minutes, when you get on the floor, you'd be all alone up there, which was great. So we didn't have a lot of noise pollution on our recordings. We wouldn't videotape someone walking past in the hallway. You would think 40 people sounds like a lot, but in such a huge space, it actually works out pretty dang good. So I recommend, if y'all are going to do Trans Allegheny, just go ahead and do the public investigation. You're going to save a lot of money. You don't have to pay for the insurance. I think it's like $100 100-something bucks a person, and it is worth it. Y'all enjoy it.
Hello, my name is Riley.
What a dumbass.
I don't know why I just said your name.
Hello, my name is Jared.
And that's why Riley's cool. She just plays along with it.
I'm sure y'all know what this little gray box is here. If you'd like to come talk to us, come speak in this box clearly.
Y'all see that? That's not a DR60, damn it. Get you something like that. Don't get that broken trash box. Pay $3,000 for a broken digital voice recorder, damn it.
And very loudly. Won't be able to hear you. Is there anybody in here with us?
Look at the difference in low light capabilities in that camera. I think that one she's using is my little tiny DJI. I'm not trying to make this like a recommendation product advertisement, but get you a DJI action camera. They're amazing.
You lonely?
Alright, so y'all saw that it was blurred out right there. I'm going to rewind it, let you hear it again. I'm going to keep it blurred out, hear it one more time, and then I'll play it a third time, and I'll unblur it so you can see what I think it's saying. Put your headphones in.
You lonely?
It might not sound like anything at all, but let's play it one more time.
You lonely?
So that's my take on it. I feel like it was saying no shit. You know, like when she was asking the question, are you lonely? Like, to me, it made sense for someone to be like, yeah, no shit, I'm lonely. You know, like, I'm dead, I'm alone in here. So that's my take on it. But y'all drop a comment, let me know. Tell me what you think you heard in that EVP. Maybe it's something completely different. Maybe it's pareidolia. Who knows? Definitely weird, though. Another piece of information too, I don't know if it's put out on the floor yet, but if you look at my mouse, there is going to be a cat ball in here in a few minutes or so. And I think I put it right here on this crack so it doesn't move.
Did you die in here?
She just said something right next to me, so I think maybe she heard something move next to her. It's not gonna be an insect or a rat. It's too cold for all that. So I don't know what she heard, but she heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a foot away from me.
If you're out in the hallway, can you come walk in this room and talk to us? We have a device over here that'll be able to capture your voice.
It's pretty loud. Watching that again, that does sound like someone just walking down the hallway. Like I said, I never saw anybody walk past the camera. And what was strange about that audio clip is it got louder, as if it was walking towards the camera, and then it just stopped. I didn't hear it walk away. Maybe I'll dig into my old hard drive, see if I can find that entire clip, and I'll put it on at the end so you can see. It's definitely weird, though.
We're friendly.
If you didn't hear us before, my name is Jared. This is Riley. Could you come over to this device right here and tell us your name very loudly and clearly?
Okay, so this is when I put the cat ball out. And that comes into play on this clip, or this section of investigation.
You get tired of people coming by here all the time?
Now, y'all know me, I don't like doing apps, but I'm gonna throw on the ghost tube just to see if maybe we can have some direction for a question.
You know, out of the lesser evils, when it comes to the phone app, that's probably about the best one to use is GhostTube. I've had some coincidences with it. I don't believe it. I really don't. But I guess it is possible for a spirit to utilize a phone app, but I don't know how a 19th century spirit would know how to manipulate a 21st century technology. It doesn't make sense to me.
GhostTube is the only app that I will actually recommend. Got a cat ball on the floor right there. If you touch it, it'll lock.
You know, I remember too. I think it was Riley or me. We both saw a shadow walk across here at one point. Riley, if you're watching this video, drop a comment down below. Let me know, did you see it, or did we both see it, or I don't know, it's been a while. Let me know.
Right up. Let us know that someone's in here with us.
Or you can make any kind of noise.
Yeah.
Listen.
I also have this device right here I'm touching. The theory is you can manipulate it and give us words.
And that is a theory, okay? It's not a law.
Loss. Yeah, good call. Put out the email. When you say loss, what is it?
Yeah.
Just disappeared.
It said wrong.
I think it said wrong.
Very cool. No.
I have been here once, but Riley, this is your first time.
I would recommend, if you go to Trans Allegheny, do what I did the first time you go during the day, and you can still do like a haunted tour. They just take you around the entire property, and they give you some of the claims, and it's some of the documented deaths that have happened inside the hospital. And it's a good thing to do during the day, because you'll start figuring out the layout of the building as well, and you know where all the hot spots are. So you're not trying to chase in the darkness, trying to figure out where the hot spots are, like Lucy's room, the Civil War section of the hospital, Dean's room. You'll know where all of that is. So do that during the day, then go investigate at night.
You're doing good stuff.
Play the cat ball.
Uh-huh.
Weird.
Did you ask if you want us to leave?
I said, do you want us to come?
Okay.
As in, like, back to the asylum? Yeah.
Riley, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. Alright, so this next clip is pretty strange too. So you see the word foolish on the screen. That's what the app says. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I think the EVP says, because it might lead some credibility to the app. So on the app, it says foolish. Remember, my audio recorder's recording at the same time. And just after it said foolish on the app, my recorder recorded, I'm going to say a voice, a sound. And to me, it sounds like a very deep voice saying foolish. So it's almost like the spirit was saying it in the spirit world, and then the app said it. I don't think that's the case. I just think the ghost hunter in me, the believer, wants to believe that's what it is. I think maybe it's just pareidolia, but I'm gonna rewind a few seconds and let y'all hear it in its entirety.
Okay.
Is it like back to the Islam?
Foolish.
So y'all drop a comment, let me know. Well, let me know if you think it's saying foolish. To me, it does. And then the audio recording, you can hear me say foolish, and then you hear this thing. So I don't know if it's some kind of reverberation in the room, or like an echo of my voice somehow. That is possible. But nowhere else in that audio file do you hear any kind of echo like that. So I think I ruled out that it's the echo of my voice. And I don't think an echo of your voice is a few octaves lower than what your normal voice is. This was like a very deep voice. So, very strange.
You stop touching that cat ball one? Okay. Let's use that as a yes or no. Okay, yeah. So you know how to use that. Alright.
It was a cool night for the cat ball, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. So this is the last section of this clip for this room. This room was good for EVPs. I don't know what it was. This room is where we captured pretty much all of our EVPs on the recording. And in this question, we have the cat ball out, we have the EMF reader out, digital voice recorder, we have the phone app out. So in this question, I'm saying y'all are pretty well versed with the equipment and toys, I bet. Because you gotta think how many people go through this asylum every year. People go in and out with a lot of the same equipment. So if the theory holds true that there are human spirits, if you were a human at one time, you have to be intelligent, right? So even in the spirit world, you're gonna learn how to interact with these different toys, these different pieces of equipment. So it's just a basic question I ask, but I get a response. So I want to get y'all's take on what you think it's saying. So here we go. Alright, so I'm going to rewind that, let you hear it again, and I'm just going to go ahead and let it pop up on the screen what I think it's saying. But if you want to just close your eyes and listen to it, that's fine too. Drop a comment and let me know what you think it's saying.
I use that. Alright. Is it okay?
And you know what's crazy? It kind of sounds like that same deep voice, too. When me and Riley both listened to it when we were in the hotel room the next day, it sounded kind of like it was saying, "You gotta be kidding." Like, I don't know how that is a response to my question. Y'all are pretty well versed with the toys and equipment. Maybe the spirit's just kind of like tired of it. Like, you gotta be kidding, dude. I don't know. It just sounds like it.
Hey, if we sit here with you.
Alright guys, so we're going to jump to the next section of the investigation. We're going to be going to the nurse's quarters. And we had some pretty hair-raising experiences there. So let's jump right into it.
It's like a haircut chair.
Alright, so we're in the nurse's quarters, everybody, just so you know. You like that blurple light color? Yeah, I did too.
Oh, these are their uniforms.
Because they'll sew in the shit.
Either uniforms or like nightwear.
Yeah, damn. Old school
That was some really cool rooms, because they had a lot of the original furniture in those rooms. And if you know anything about, early 1900s, late 1800s furniture, it's beautiful because it's built out of real wood. And as a carpenter, that stuff gets me excited. Real excited.
Yeah, very.
Alright, so before I hit play again, if you have headphones, definitely put headphones in for the next 45 seconds or so. You're going to know it's going to pop up. There's going to be a prompt on the screen to let you know, but we're looking for, or we're listening for something. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you've seen this video before, you probably know what's going to come up. But if you've never had headphones in to listen to it, now is your chance, because we'll jump into it, but you're definitely going to hear it.
Just kidding. Just playing.
I'm
I'm gonna go grab that REM pod, I think.
Okay.
Make sure it's not freaking out.
Alright. I'm going to rewind it, let it play one more time, and then you'll see our reaction of what we think it is. But I got growl, question mark. That's what it sounds like.
Pod, I think.
Okay.
Make sure it's not freaking out. What was that?
You heard it too, right?
What the hell was
It's
that?
like, "Arr."
That's what it sounded like to me. And when we were in the hotel the next day, we both knew it wasn't our stomachs growling. Because, you feel it. When your stomach growls, you'll be like, oh, that was my stomach growling. But we found out that over here, where my mouse is at, it was about 10 to 15 feet in front of us. There was a floorboard that Riley found that made that exact noise. So my thing is, I don't know if weight disperses against cold floorboards a longer distance and makes floorboards creak that are further away. I don't know. Or was there someone that walked over there, like in a spirit body, and then made the floorboard creak? Or did somehow the subfloor just kind of shift a little bit? I don't know. There's a lot of factors there. But it sounded like a growl. So I'm going to jump ahead a little bit from that. That's really all we had there, but it was a very hair-raising moment for us because it was such an audible growl. Was it the floorboard, or was it something a little bit darker? And I'm not going to go around the capital D word because I don't think that's what it is at all. I think it's something completely natural, or it could be something a little supernatural. It's nothing evil. It was definitely a growling noise. I can't tell you the source of it. But actually, let's just watch and see a little bit of Riley's debunking process.
Hello, hello. If there's anybody in here.
Jared.
Oh, do that again. Hold on. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Can't make it do it again.
It was like,
It's this word right here.
Yeah.
So that means someone was walking.
She found the sweet spot to it. My thing is, if it was that floorboard that made that sound, then something had to have applied pressure and remove pressure, right? That's how a floorboard creaks. Y'all drop a comment, let me know what you think it might be. Give me some ideas, some natural ideas. I don't want supernatural ideas because I've already went down that rabbit hole in my head. Give me some possible natural causes that would make that sound as well. Alright, so let's jump into the next section of this investigation where I am all alone, damn it. Riley got sick. Fourth floor.
Are you in here?
This is 4th floor, so this is where the creepy crawler is seen. Yeah, you heard that right. If you've ever watched Nick Groff and I don't know, remember what her name is. I think it's like Katrina Weldman or something like that. They went to Trans Allegheny and they captured this creeper on camera. So this is that same exact area that they captured their footage. And you're going to see possibly, very possibly, captured maybe some very relevant. Oh my, I was thinking of relevant and elephant at the same time. Don't do that when you're talking on a video like this. I think I possibly captured some relevant creeper footage, but y'all be the judges. Here we go.
Let me know too down in the comments if y'all have been here to Trans Allegheny. Have you seen the creeper? Let me know what he looks like. Because he's described as either having like tentacle arms or being like a spider creature.
And you know what's crazy is in my last week's video at the sanatorium, Indiana State, we saw a spider-like creature. And could that have been a creeper? Hey, stop shaking over there. I'm trying to do a video, gosh darn it. She's looking at me right now like Dad, I was scratching my ears. Stop it. No, I'm just kidding. You do what you want to do, baby. So the creeper's been described as like a spider-like creature, which, if that's true, I've seen something like that, which makes me believe that maybe creepers are a real thing. And there was one report the guide told us, is either she saw it or it was reported by someone that was there investigating the paranormal, that they saw kind of like an octopus type thing. And the only reason they say octopus type thing is because it had tentacles. So I don't know if this thing can change forms, or if maybe people are seeing the same thing but are just kind of reading it different ways. But that's one thing about this location I would believe to be true, because I've allegedly seen one at Indiana State. It could have been something natural. You know, I'm always at war with myself on that in my head, because I know what I saw. Riley knows what she saw. I still can't describe it as it being natural, but it could have been. But I don't know what the heck is the size of a large dog, but with 8 legs and just darts across, you know, the hallway. I don't know. But yeah, let's jump into this footage. I got a static camera shooting down to the creeper hallway. I'm on the opposite end of that floor at this moment when it captures this footage.
So, curious to know what everyone else has seen. I have a camera shooting down the hallway that will be able to capture him if he starts slithering on me.
Alright, so let's back up real quick.
Slithering on me.
Alright guys, so the camera's going to zoom in, find my cursor right here in this dark mass, which is the end of the hallway. My IR light just didn't have the juice to kick down there. So down here you have a chair, so you can see, you know, perspective, how big things are. Here's a door that's open. You're going to see it kind of start forming right here, real small, by the door. And as it comes out into the hallway, it grows. But I want y'all to pay attention. At certain moments, it looks like maybe extremities are reaching out. That's just me and what I've seen on camera, and y'all know me. I don't like to overhype things or call everything ghost. But it does look like extremities are being reached out. I think when I first uploaded this video, I had a feller say that it was probably a bug. Well, it was like 8 degrees inside. There's no bugs. I don't know any bug that flies around when it's that cold. It couldn't be a rat. Even if it was some kind of small creature, when it gets to the end of its movement, it doesn't keep tracking on the camera and move out of focus. It just disappears right where it's at. So enough of this talking. Let's just watch it, okay? So remember, it's going to be back here by the door. I think I rewind it so you can see it. Yeah. Very weird. I don't think it was something in physical form. Let's say it was a ghost. I think it was in like a shadowy, misty form, if that makes sense. Because there are parts of it you can kind of see through, but there are parts of it that are a little bit more dense. Well, hello. Hey, baby. So there are parts of it that are a little more dense, but it does kind of get wispy and kind of stretch out and move. So if y'all want to rewind that and watch that as many times as you want, go ahead. We're going to keep on trucking. Let's go. I think that might be the last piece of evidence that I captured on that floor. It was pretty quiet up there.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
there's a room down here. But there's this chair. They say.
Yeah, so I didn't have anything else happen on that floor. So we're gonna jump into when Riley comes back. You know, she was sick. She got to feeling a little better. She took a nap. Finally came back, and she finished out the night strong with me. So let's jump into that section.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're in the children's ward.
That was. I don't remember whose room she said this was.
These corner rooms are really like the spot.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah,
You see how she did her little hand gesture? They're really like the spot.
got like studios, and then this is like a 1-bedroom.
They're massive. This is bigger than my house.
It is.
Yeah,
It is probably like the size of your house.
probably exactly the same size.
So in front of, well, behind the camera is my little kitchen area. Right here is my living room. TV's right here to my left. Bed's over here to my left. Which it would be considered a 1-bedroom, but there's no door right here where the door should go. So it's kind of like a big studio. But enough about that.
One big space.
Oh, what's up in here? Shower room?
Class?
Showers. Alright, I'll just set some cat balls on the ground. Let's just chill for a minute.
Alright, so nothing happened in this bathroom, but this bathroom is something to remember if you go. This was a bathroom, I believe 2 teenage kids, they had murdered another teenage kid, and there was a suicide too in one of those bathrooms. So if you go to Trans Allegheny, ask about that bathroom, and so you can go there and investigate it, because there are a lot of paranormal claims that happen in that bathroom. But let's jump ahead a little bit.
You got yourself a wild mind, girl.
Rolling all over the place still. You see that?
What?
It's still rolling.
It's rolling?
The one over there was
Holy
just moving
shit.
around more.
Yeah, that thing was moving. But that was because the floor was unlevel. It wasn't a spirit moving it. At the time, you know, it piqued our interest. We were like, what the heck? The ball's just moving. You know, maybe it was a freaking ghost. But no, that floor right there was unlevel. I tested it out. So that was not a ghost. Okay? Not a ghost.
It like didn't stop moving for a minute.
Dude, it's like been going on for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Was that you touching that cat ball? Can you touch it again?
Alright, so for the next clip that we're going to be listening for, you heard that right, we're listening now. This one, we start singing a lullaby. And you're going to see the prompt on the screen of when it happens. But just keep listening intently as we're singing the lullaby, because you're going to hear a really weird sound. And I'll tell you what I think it is after we hear it.
Can you come up close to me? Ooh, it's going.
You wanna play?
This place has the most EMF readings I've ever seen.
It does.
Which makes me think maybe it's something to have to do with the building. Somehow.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was like my camera being so close. But it wasn't my camera setting it off from that distance away. If you want your camera to really set off your EMF, you have to really have the EMF like up against the camera. So it wasn't that. Wasn't the light on the camera. My phone is always in airplane mode when I do an investigation, so it wasn't my phone. I really couldn't find the source of it that night. But as you walk throughout Trans Allegheny, your EMF reader will pick up on stuff a lot. Does that mean it's 100% a ghost? No. But it's definitely something weird.
It's like everywhere I go. Are you messing with this little black box in my hand? Dude, it's like it's shooting up yellow.
Did y'all hear that? I just captured that. I don't think I ever heard that before. There's like a little laugh there. What the hell is that? Do y'all hear it too?
It's like it's shooting up yellow.
Ooh, what the heck? Hold on, I gotta put both ear holes on. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a little heh. It's very strange because it almost sounds like what we hear here in a few seconds when we start singing the lullaby. Remember, we're in the children's ward too.
Ring around the rosy.
Let's get it away from my camera and see if it goes off.
Ashes,
Ashes, we all fall down.
Y'all hear it? Alright, you know the deal. I'm gonna rewind it.
Get it away from my camera and see if it goes off.
Ashes,
Ashes, we all fall down.
Alright, drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think that is. To me, it sounds like a little kid, like, doing a little short chuckle, like, you know? Little giggle. And we're singing a lullaby, so it's kind of like it's, like, playing along, like, very weird, because we are in the children's ward. So, I don't know, just a lot of strange occurrences that happen in this building. And that's why I have labeled it my most haunted location I've ever been to. Because the variety of activity we had, equipment being set off, multiple pieces of equipment, EVPs, stuff we heard with our ears, we saw shadows. You know, this place is the real deal. This place is a truly haunted location, and I can't say that about many places. I've been to quite a few, but this one, Indiana State, and Brushy Mountain, are the three, like, holy trinity of paranormal active places I've been. I have been to a few other big known locations that are supposedly haunted. I mean, I kind of felt like maybe there was something there. I just didn't have any personal experiences, so I can't say it's haunted. But you can kind of feel when a place possibly is haunted. But those 3 places I listed out are the 3 places I've actually had activity. So hopefully that makes sense. It might be my camera setting it off. No, it's not. Can you set that little black box off right there?
Make it go red?
This is cool too. Yeah, it must be the camera setting it off. This is intelligent response here in a second. Yeah, so if you come right up to this black box, you'll make these colors go up. You can make it go all the way to red. Can you do that?
Why didn't it just go over no touch?
No, see, no, it's not the camera. Trying to debunk. Can you make that fluctuate to red?
Whoa!
Oh, thank you. See, to me, that's the epitome of what you should be looking for when it comes to devices. When they're going off randomly, so what? You know, like they're going off randomly. But when you're asking it to be set off and it does get set off, to me, that's what leads to credibility. I think in that moment right there, that's too coincidental for it to be a coincidence. I literally asked it, hey, can you spike up to red right now? And it did. So I didn't have a walkie-talkie. I didn't push no button. Something made that EMF jump up. What it was, I don't know. So that's pretty much all of the stuff we had. That's the highlight of Trans Allegheny. We had a lot of personal experiences as well. I wish I could have captured all of that on camera. But some of the best things you experience in the paranormal are not going to be recorded. It's going to be your personal experiences. So I might throw in some maybe unseen footage here on the end. But if I don't, next week for our final run on our Halloween editions of Man vs. Ghost, gonna go to a haunted cemetery. I think that's the best place to go for Halloween. So y'all look out for that video. If you're new here to this channel, you're from the new wave of people coming in, I welcome you to Man vs. Ghost. I promise you genuine, real paranormal evidence if I capture it. As the people that have been following me for a while now, they're going to tell you, I don't get evidence in every video. I just don't. And I think that's completely fine. But when I do capture evidence, I'll make sure I try and debunk it, and I'll portray it as real and genuine as I can. So I love you guys. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, the like, also drop a comment. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.